Hey kids, it's Guys and Echo again, and we're back for another episode breakdown. Today, we're covering episode 50! The Big 5-0. I can't believe it! We're finally here! And it took us, hold on a tick. Let me just ring this up and... Holy 7 years? I've been doing for this for Holy Okay, well, it looks like we've been at this for a whole 7 years. 50 episodes, 5 movies, multiple specials, music parodies, an entire account dedicated to Let's Plays, 5 episodes of Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, the new Final Fantasy VII Machine Abridged. Hot damn, I can't believe it. Well, before we begin, I'd like to thank all of you so much for sticking with us this far. As we enter the Perfect Cell saga, we're so excited to really get into the meat of this whole story. After that, it's Boom Mountain, or whatever. But for now, let's start with lip flaps. The first one of value to speak about is also a huge visual edit, so I'll cover that in the visual edit section. So the first actual lip flap I'm going to talk about is this shot of Vegeta here. As he lifts his hand up in the original shot, he's actually still talking to Cell. I couldn't have that as I needed him not to talk before he'd finished wiping away the blood. So I used the Roto Brush tool. I also drew lip flaps for this shot of Vegeta here, though they're a little hard to see. See this shot with the whipping tail? This actually involves me selecting particular flaps with the tail exactly in that position each time. So I can't use my usual method. I have to have the specific tail and flap for each one. Yay! Panning lip flaps! Annoying, but rudimentary at this point with the motion tool. Though for this shot, I had to draw more new lip flaps. More panning flaps, and we're done! Yeah, nothing too complicated this time around. But that's why lip flaps go first, to leave room for visual edits! Woo, some fun ones here. With this shot of Trunks, I had to post a new layer for the sclera of his eyes, make the pupils and irises a new layer, then move them to roll his eyes as he fell. There's also another layer just for this strand of hair here. This shot of Android 18 is actually a nested layer of her talking, panned to add some motion. In the following shot of Android 16 here, his chest plate was originally uncolored in the original footage, something I decided to fix. Now, this shot is my favorite in this episode. Cell talking out of his own ass. This required me to find another shot of Cell talking, cut out the mouth, then make the bottom part of his beak a new layer. I posted the mouth in the right spot and also posted a new layer of his leg over the bottom half. Voila! Talking ass! I erased Tenshin Han's sweat drop here because I felt like it made him look more nervous than he should be. Now, here's a peculiar one. Watch the footage as it plays in the actual show. Now, this is how it plays in our episode. That's right, I cut out the rocks and pasted them here because in the original shot, they just pop out of nowhere, and holy shit, that's distracting. So, the shot where Cell turns around and Vegeta kicks him straight in the face, well, I didn't want him reacting before he was getting hit. So, I used the good old Roto Brush tool to layer Vegeta's foot over Cell's stupid, unsuspecting face. With this shot, I had to isolate Cell falling into the water and making a splash from this shot, utilizing the trusted Roto Brush tool. As you can see, Vegeta was leaving the water in this shot, making a second splash. Couldn't have that, obviously. In this shot of Vegeta looking over at Trunks, I had to move his eyes to the top right. Same with this shot here. Here, we see Cell getting up. Unfortunately, Vegeta is standing in the background. Again, we cannot have that as he's supposed to be right in front of Vegeta, so I replaced the background with the Roto Brush. Finally, in the eye catch, we have some custom animation made by Zach Manley, a longtime artist for the series. He's a brilliant artist, and he did a spectacular job here. Kamehameha, bitches! And that is visual edits. Which leaves us with my favorite segment of the breakdown. Fun facts! A big response to this opening joke about Goku commenting on Gohan's lack of Super Saiyan transformation was actually a surprise. We didn't expect such a large amount of our audience to actually agree with Goku's curiosity. Honestly, I think the obvious answer is the plot. But I think there's something to be said about Gohan's pure shock during the situation too. But it does open up for conversation, so we're glad it struck a chord with people. Sure you can. 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 Get it? Because they sound the same? And the uppercuts sell? Eh? Eh? Honestly, it's supposed to be a corny line. A lot of people commented on how this was a shorter episode than usual. Part of that actually has to do with the fact that the next episode is going to cover a significant amount of material, and as such, we needed to pace this one out appropriately. It's frustrating for us too, I assure you. But the next episode is going to be both long and packed. Giggity? The shot of Cell talking out of his ass is actually inspired by a WeeklyTubeShow video called Piccolo Last Fan Standing Part 1. Link in the description. It's funny shit, dudes. Watch it. And I think that's about it for this episode breakdown. The next time we get all nice and intimate like this, we'll be discussing Movie 7, Super Android 13. Until then, please check out our new Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged, our Let's Plays, and stay awesome, folks. Till next time!